Welcome to my messy bathroom. I'm just getting ready for the day. Lucas is down for his first nap, but I was thinking, because last night was the first night that he truly slept from like 7 p.m. to like 7 a.m., which was amazing. He is 10 months old now, and don't get me wrong, for the past probably month now he's been sleeping from probably like 8 to 5 or 6 a.m., which is like 10 hours, which I will take that any day. If you're my friend or family member, you know that my biggest struggle with having Lucas is like the sleep deprivation. That is just like a whole new thing on its own, and honestly, like, that shit's crazy. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I have been tired before, but I have never reached that extreme of sleep deprivation, and I truly don't think that you like have any idea unless you go through it, you know? And like, people say, oh, when you have a kid, like, you're gonna be tired, blah 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 blah. Like, we all hear it. It's like kind of annoying, you know, like when people keep telling you it. And I personally never say anything to people when they're like pregnant or anything, because it just is honestly kind of annoying to hear it, but they're not kidding when they say it. Yeah, so that's just like a whole nother thing. And anyways, my whole thought process behind the whole thing is I never like truly sleep trained Lucas. There were points that I was just like so tired that I was like, I have to put you in your bassinet, and I know like you're screaming at me, but your diaper's changed, you're full, you burped, like everything. I was like, you just can't self-soothe. And I would like, there was just one instance though that I remember just like sitting by him, like having my hand on him, but I was like, it's safer for you to be in the crib right now than to like be on my chest and like you fall asleep on me. He was like a super newborn. And then this isn't like to shame anyone, like if you co-sleep, whatever. This is just my experiences and just like what I went through with him, because there's definitely nothing wrong if like you feel like co-sleeping is okay. And who knows what I'm going to be like with my next kid. But basically, like, it just like almost forced him to self-soothe. It was probably like 20 minutes, 30 minutes maybe, but I was just so tired that I was just like, I know you will fall asleep on me, and I will fall asleep with you on me, which is not safe. So whatever. But there's been multiple times that I've struggled, like, oh, like I should start sleep training you, like this is just ridiculous, like I've been waking up at like 2 a.m 4 a.m, whatever, like since you've been born, yada 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 yada. But then a part of me just like didn't feel right doing it, because I am breastfeeding him, and he would eat like every single time that he would wake up and then pretty much go back to bed. So I was just like, you know, like this is what he needs right now. It's short term anyways, like that, I don't know. So I just like never like fully did it, like whatever. So 10 months, he's finally sleeping through the night. He really was at 9 or 8 months, honestly. Once he started eating like solids and stuff is when I really noticed that he could go longer. But anyways, it just made me think, like, when he stopped like having the 2 a.m. feeds, the 4 a.m. feeds, I almost missed, or I did miss them. I was like, oh my gosh, he was always so tender with me after. Like, he would just like lay there and I'd have a moment with him, like, you know, and then just be able to put him back in his crib and he'd go to bed. And now he's just like so crazy, like all over the place, you know, like even when he's nursing, like during the day and stuff, he's always kicking his little feet and everything. So it just like brings me back to like with your kids and stuff, and just life in general. Like, you have to do what like you feel comfortable with, and even if it's just not the norm, because I feel like the norm now is like, oh, your kid's not sleeping through the night, oh, like I feel like there's like a bad stigma even on breastfeeding, weirdly enough, or oh, you didn't feed your baby this, or you don't do this, blah blah blah. Like, there's just like so much that I just feel like, honestly, on this channel, like it's just always going to be like open communication, because that's what's so cool about different people, is that different people have different kids who have different experiences, who have like different lifestyles, etc. Like, there's so many reasons people make the decisions that they make, and it's not up to you and it's not up to me to judge them. We're supposed to all be here for each other, like love people for like the season that they're at, love people for what they're going through right now. Like, I can learn from you, you can learn from me. My next kid will not be the same. Like, it just kind of is what it is. But I just feel very glad that I just stayed true with like what I felt was right for him, because now I truly have like no like regrets about it. I mean, I definitely was the one that got like the short end of the stick and like struggled through it. Like, he was fine, he was happy, like he just wake up, eat, go back to bed. I was like dragging butt and stuff. But I just always remind myself that like I'm his mom, like that's what I'm here for, and this is just what he needs from me right now, and I can provide it, so why not? It was killing me, but it wasn't like super killing me. So I honestly think a lot like with the next kid, we'll see how it goes, because I don't know how that will go with another kid that you have to take care of. But we're not even there yet, so it's fine. But yeah, it's just crazy that like he's 10 months old and it feels like yesterday, but then feels like a year ago. And I just remember like praying, like, please just let me get like 4 hours straight of sleep. Like, please, that's all I want today. And now like I get like, you know, 6 or 7 hours of sleep, and it's just like, wow, this is amazing. Like, I don't know, it's just like very cool. Now the struggles are figuring out to feed the kid and him gagging and all that stuff. So, you know, would you take back the sleep for the gagging situation? Like, it's just all a thing, but it's all fun. I hope I like present this okay, but I just really like when I see other like influencers and stuff, or just people on Instagram talking about things, and I'm like, wow, I can totally relate to you. I definitely don't feel as alone anymore. Because Stephanie Letta posted something about how it took her 3 months to be able to drive alone in the car with her baby girl, and I was like, I thought that I was like literally the only one that was just like so crazy in my mind. Like, I just had all these like intrusive thoughts, like what if we get hit by a car, or just like crazy things that I'd never ever thought about before having him. And like, you know, the more you do it, the more it's just like second nature. But truly there are a lot of things like after having a kid that are like milestones like for you too, you know. I don't know, even just like giving him a bath alone like when he was a newborn, because they're so little and like fragile, whatever. It was just like, it gave me a lot of anxiety, but then, you know, you just get better like as you do it. So I don't know, I hope this like all kind of made sense to you guys and you enjoyed my little TED talk. But I just felt very inclined to talk about that this morning, because I was just thinking about like how amazing it is that, you know, he's sleeping through the night and we're both getting rest and stuff. So, or just the fact that I feel like I can even talk to you guys for 8 minutes right now while he's napping, because I know that I will still be able to get ready before he cries, because he's a little bit more predictable these days, which is amazing. All right, so I'm just getting ready to give him some prunes. I've been trying to do it like every day. Also with increasing his water, because ever since he started like having like 3 meals a day, he's been a little backed up. And so these have kind of been the trick for the past 2 days, I would say. Finally, felt so bad for him. But anyways, I just wanted to tell you guys a story about this little cuckoo man. So you guys have some prunes. Let's sit here first. Little snack. Gotta put your feet straight. There you go, buddy. And some prunes. Okay. Yummy prunes. So I think I'm gonna make myself a little snack too. But yesterday, come here, Arlo. I was feeding him before bed and he frickin' bit my lip and it seriously hurt so bad. Yeah, so I ended up yelling ouch, and then he laughed at me, and then I like put him on the ground or whatever, like I set him down because I was like so pissed and it hurt so bad. You know, I had to make sure everything was okay. But I was very traumatized from feeding him again because it hurt so bad that I ended up pumping and then giving him a bottle for before bed. But I was researching it, or I like looked on this group that I follow, and they were saying that you're supposed to like not react, and just like calmly say like no biting or whatever. And I was just like, how the heck do you react calmly to that situation? Because that's a very sensitive part on your body. But I feel like that's just like having kids, like they teach you, you try to grow. Like I pray that he doesn't do it again. I'm gonna put peanut butter and bananas, but if he does, I'm just gonna try to like be calm about it and then just say like no sternly, because I do, it sounds really weird, but just because he laughed at me, it almost felt like he was like testing a boundary, or like he like wanted to see what I did. So yeah, that was just fun. Good times. But my reason for telling you guys this is, one, it's funny looking back at, I guess, but two, I just want to know if you guys have ever like had that happen to you, or what your stories are, or any suggestions for me, how long it lasted, yada yada. Like, is that why your breastfeeding journey ended? Because that's like really scary. And then now every time I feed him, I'm like, oh no, are you gonna do it again? But today it's been fine. But one of the other comments that I saw said that like her son, I think, did it when he was like starting to get teeth, or every time he started to get a tooth. So I was like, maybe that's it, because I feel like he's been teething forever, but we'll see. One more. Are you ready? Okay, we've got all these toys. He's really into balls recently, which is fun because he'll like throw them back with me. But you're my little cling bot, aren't you? You're my little cling bot. You love to be by mama. Yeah. It's cute though. I know it's a phase. Is it a phase? Oh, just turned 10 months. Yeah, I know it's been like a while since I've really like vlogged. Like, it's just been crazy, just your typical summer, trying to get in a routine of like when to do things, especially like when you're hosting people over at your house and stuff or whatever. It just like, I'm a true believer in being present in the moment when people are around, so I have a hard time like prioritizing like editing videos, or really even pulling out the camera like when people are around. Yeah, little guy's 10 months old. He is seriously so funny to me. Like, he is such a little stinker butt, but I love him so much. You always try to make people laugh. He's seriously, okay, like, see, I'm gonna say seriously a bunch of times, but he's so smart, because I was wearing, are you so smart? So this morning, kids are just like so observant. It's actually like crazy to me. They're just like little sponges. But so first thing this morning, I was wearing my pajama shirt, which was like a Victoria's Secret pink shirt, and it was all black and then had like the white dog logo like on the pocket. And in the middle of his diaper change, he points to the dog and goes, da, da. And I was like, how did you know that? Yeah, I said, how did you know that? Yeah, you're so smart. But I was just like, oh my gosh, like, that's so cool. I don't know, just like little things that they do all the time, just like truly is amazing. But I was thinking about this the other day, and I did like an Instagram little post about it, but I feel like I just kind of want to talk about it again on here for those who don't like follow my Instagram. But with him, I really don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just like being a nurse, or I really don't know what it is, or just like maybe listening to people saying like it goes too fast, whatever. But Anyways, with him, I've like truly been kind of like following his lead. Like, I wasn't really strict on a bedtime. Obviously, try to put him to bed at like the similar times every night, but like within reason. If he just wasn't having it, I was just like, you're not ready to go to bed. And he sort of just like naturally like fell into like a time that he would just like without fail go to bed. So I just seriously followed his cues on that. But obviously it'll be harder when we have more kids. Like I feel like you'll need to be on like more of a schedule, and he is on a schedule, but I feel like he sort of picked it in a way within reason. But I truly don't regret like following his lead, because sometimes I think with society now and just like the way things are, like we think like, oh, it's normal for a baby to like sleep, or yeah, so like it's not normal if your baby's not sleeping through the night, or it's not normal if your baby's like not crawling yet, or all these things, which I just like really have a hard time with that. And I seriously hate like mom shaming and just anything like that, because I truly think most people are doing the best that they can do. Like every baby's different, whatever. And like, who are we to judge other people? Like we really just need to be like supportive, like have a listening ear. Because everyone's struggling, and I feel like that's why people don't always like to open up about things and say like their true feelings, is just the fear of being criticized and judged, when it is very vulnerable to be judged on situations that you're already struggling with. Like why would you want the added pressure and judgment, if that makes any sense? So I truly do believe that that's a big part of why like people don't always open up about things they're going through. But I've been pretty open about my struggles with him, just like when people ask me with the sleep thing. And the more you talk to people, the more you find that you're really not alone, which is another thing after having him. I feel like a lot of people don't talk about like the bad stuff, because why would you want to? Like, you know, you don't want people to think you're not, Lucas, you're very distracting. But you don't want people to think that you're not like happy to be a parent or like whatever, but it is very hard. And especially the postpartum phase, like honestly, nothing can prepare you for that unless you live through it, like most things in life. But it would have been kind of nice to have like a little bit of a heads up, like, but I don't know. But then, you know, you hear people say, you're never gonna sleep, like enjoy your sleep now, and it gets kind of annoying. So then it's like, I don't know what I guess I'm trying to say, but it's just one of those things where I just have found that I crave like watching content that people are like real and talk about things that like now I super can relate to. And maybe I thought I was crazy before, but I realized that there are people that go through the same things. You are so funny, like the metal thing on here, huh? But basically what I was trying to say is I'm glad I kind of went with his lead for the most part and wasn't too rigid on things, because even the whole sleeping through the night thing, he was so tender like during that night feed, and now as you can tell, he is such a busybody, and I don't really get tender that much. So it's like, I'm glad I get like a full night's rest, but I miss your little snugs. So I don't know, I just know that that's what they say. It's like so short term, and you know, they do one milestone and then you miss the next one or whatever. So yeah, I hope you guys like enjoy and can understand my babbles, because I literally am such a babbler, and I swear I start off going on one thing and then I go on a tangent, but it is what it is. But we are just gonna hang out. He kind of woke up early from his nap because they're mowing the lawn, so we'll probably just play, and then maybe you'll take a little cat nap before dinner. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I hope you guys are all having a great summer. And just enjoying the weather. It's been nice, but because of the air quality alert, haven't really been able to go outside. It actually does smell like chemicals, which is crazy. Honestly, I was trying to water my flowers and I was like, this is kind of like a chemically smell, so it's weird. But yes. Just like that. I feel like I'll probably cut that clip out, because why would I want to share that? But You have little outbursts sometimes, huh? You're frustrated because you want to crawl on top of the coffee table. Yes. Okay, all right.
It's not wifey's, but it'll work. Oh, 10 minutes. Do you hear the fireworks? Want to go watch more? Let's do it. But this becomes a small win when you're the parent, the new parent of a 10-month-old. So you can't really go anywhere.
So we have cool neighbors.
We had no plans for 4th of July. And this is a small win.
Well, we did, but we couldn't go because you work.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So therefore, we had no plans. We got screwed. It's a small win. Come on now. The neighbor is shooting off fireworks. So this is our 4th of July holiday display.
We have like front row seats though.
Oh yeah, you can see the smoke from the fireworks. Pretty thick now. And that's not Canada's wildfire smoke anymore. That's fireworks. I love you, honey. I got this coffee from this place and it's really good, but you know what? You learn the hard way. I need to be half on the caramel because it accumulates in the bottom. Now you know.
What he said. Yeah, we just went to this new coffee shop that's by us and it's so cute. It reminds me of the brew up in Traverse City. It's very cute, it's like way more expensive than Starbucks. But the coffee is bomb, it's so good. But I learned that I like to taste the taste of coffee, so I need to always say like half the syrup if I do get like a specialty drink or whatever. But it's the caramel cake and it's really good, but I put my straw halfway through because I feel like the sugar settles on the bottom, so that way I'm not getting like all the sugar, if that makes sense. Does anyone else do that?
You live and learn. Your Starbucks, you know, okay, you do it there, but you've never been here, so now you know every time we go to a bean to go, half.
Which I've been doing that at Big B recently too, which is nice. I guess I'm just like more so learning, just there's so much sugar and everything, to just do half. I don't like it super, super sugary. I'm learning it at my old age.
And now we're trying a new restaurant.
Yep, so we're on our way to a restaurant by our house. It's not a chain, just to do something different, kind of get out of the house, and I'm excited. Lucas is eating like real food now, so probably gonna get him like pasta or something like that.
Carbs, that boy loves carbs.
Yes, he loves his carbs.
Takes after daddy.
But yeah, hope you guys are all having a great day. The fog or this whatever is like
the smoke from Canada.
Is still lingering around. So kind of just wondering when that's gonna be gone.
It's like day 4 or 5 of it, right?
Yeah.
Luke! Hey, Luke! Oh, you find Mama instead? You found Mama. You found Mama.
Well, it's about 2:30 and the power went out at the house around 10:30 this morning. Not really sure why, because like it's nice outside, the storms have passed, but apparently only like 5 people around our area lost power. And we're just one of the lucky ones. But originally it said it was going to be back on around like 12:30, which usually in my experience it comes on before that, but then it like flipped over till 4:30 p.m. So I'm hoping that it comes on any time now. It's actually almost 3 because it's starting to get hot in here. I had to serve Lucas like cold lunch because I didn't really have anything for him. So yeah. So we're just gonna be hanging out, and it was funny though, because when it happened, I was like, I curl my hair in the morning just because it's easier with my hair long, and it was like the last curl I did that it went out, so I was like, oh, that's good, at least I didn't have half my hair curled or whatever. But yeah, we're just gonna be hanging out with the fam. Josh just got home from work and he brought us some like food. So we'll have warm food to give Lucas. And yeah. I do.
Got some more of that, baby? Ooh. You cuckoo. Do we have the white flag? I give. That's all, folks.
Give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe.